Hey everybody, and welcome back to another DnDurken video. As always, I'm Durken, and I hope you're having a blessed week so far. Anthem is officially launched, and preliminary reviews have been rolling in. So today, I'd like to talk about what my experience has been after 54 hours of play, most of which has been spent at Endgame at level 30. But first, I'd like to take a moment to remind everyone that I'm currently running a giveaway for 1,050 shards on either PS4 or Xbox One. Jump down into the description below for the link to enter. Now, on to my first impressions. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Anthem has been getting trashed by gaming sites and YouTubers alike. Few scores have been given, but the outlook from most outlets is not good. Here's the problem with those reviews though. These first impressions are not wrong in anything that they're saying, but many of them were written A, before the fairly sizable Day 1 patch, and B, before even reaching Endgame. Everyone assumed they'd seen this kind of game before, and that they knew what to expect, but they hadn't, and they didn't. Now, in their defense, here's the hard truth. Anthem is a hot mess right now. Loading times are better than a week ago, but still a bit intense if you don't have an SSD. Party tethering in this game is now better than it was in early access, but it is still incredibly unforgiving at times, mostly because it pulls you into a load screen when you get teleported to your team. And support gear doesn't even drop in Grandmaster difficulty currently. That's an entire gear slot that's not dropping properly. Not to mention, enemy AI can switch from merciless to non-existent in an instant. Dead monsters sometimes just stand in place after dying and still take damage so you think they're alive, and mission objectives have a rare, but annoying tendency to just not trigger. I've lost count of how many enemies, snipers in particular, I've had almost kill me, then just stop attacking for sometimes 15 seconds at a time, even as I unload attacks on them. I've also wasted half an ultimate on more than one occasion, still attacking an enemy that just couldn't be bothered to fall over so that I could see it was dead. On the mission front, one bug left my party stuck fighting infinite spawning waves of Dominion soldiers, which, to be fair, was a lot of fun, but it got a bit frustrating after 20 minutes with no end in sight. And those are just the technical issues. Mission design in this game is often lazy. A vast majority of missions boil down to some sort of fetch or point defense quest. Also, I won't even mention the dreaded Tombs quest, which is, in my opinion, the single worst designed quest in the past decade. To be fair, that quest has been patched from its initial early access state to make it faster to complete, but it's still a slog to get through. Despite all that though, there is one thing that keeps me coming back to Anthem day after day. Anthem is fun. I can't explain it. There's just something right about the way the game plays. There's nothing revolutionary here, it doesn't take risks with the loot formula, and the combat at face value is nothing new. But the way BioWare puts everything together just works, despite all its flaws. Flying around Bastion is a pure delight, and combat is just so satisfying. The gunplay is admittedly a little weak, but Anthem isn't Destiny. If you're running around on the ground shooting everything, you're doing something wrong. This is an ability-based game where combos and status effects reign king over gunplay. Here's a case in point. I primarily run Interceptor and Colossus, and on both of those javelins, I've forgotten all about my guns entirely on many missions, as I prime, detonate, and melee everything in sight. Which reminds me, combos feel great! There is nothing more satisfying than seeing a Colossus fly through the air as a storm primes a target just in time for the Colossus's Hulk smash to land, triggering a combo that creates a chain of explosions on every enemy in the area. Or when an Interceptor combos off a frozen target, activating an ice aura that freezes every other enemy around as it dances through a horde of enemies with its swift and deadly melee strikes. No matter how you slice it, Anthem's gameplay just feels good. And even if the missions are, at times, the definition of generic, the story is fun and engaging. The real issue with many of the reviews out there currently is, since most of the reviewers hadn't reached level 30 before writing their reviews, or put in very little time at 30, they didn't have time to understand the loot game in Anthem. This led to a lot of reviews talking about how boring the loot is, which, let's just say it right now, non-masterwork gear is kind of boring. However, Masterwork gear changes the game, and that doesn't really start dropping regularly until you hit level 30 and enter Grandmaster difficulty. Think of Masterworks like unique gear in Diablo. A single Masterwork trait can alter your entire playstyle. But for some people, asking them to invest 20 to 30 hours before the real game begins is just too steep of an ask. And as a father, and someone who is employed full-time on top of streaming and making YouTube videos, I get that. But once you get to that masterwork grind, the loot just feels really great. Now, there are not currently a whole lot of different masterworks to get, but every masterwork item gets 4 randomly rolled inscriptions that can be anywhere from worthless, like plus 17% extra ammo, to godly, like plus 250% extra damage. Inscription rolls are the difference between a javelin that's still stuck in Grandmaster 1 and the one that is regularly running Grandmaster 3 no problem. It's not sensational like getting a drop of Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker, but it is engaging and really fun to hunt those perfect rolls. So the looming question is, should you buy it? Personally, I'm sold on this game. I have 35 hours in Endgame alone and feel like I'm just getting started. But if you're on the fence and are looking to play on either Xbox or PC, I'd recommend trying it through EA or Origin Access first. Not because it's a bad game, but because it's silly not to. EA Access and Origin Access Basic both are $5 a month subscription services that, among other things, give you a 10-hour trial of Anthem. So for just a little more than the price of a Redbox rental, you can try out the game, and if you like it, you'll get 10% off the purchase price for a digital copy, recouping the full cost of the trial, plus an extra $1. If you don't like it, you're only out $5. For all of you PS4 players out there though, unfortunately EA Access is not on PlayStation Network, so there's no risk-free trial method. I think if you try it though, you'll be pleasantly surprised. How about you folks though? If you've played Anthem already, how have you been liking it? If you haven't bought it, have any of these reviews succeeded in killing your hype, or do you feel like they're being overly critical? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, if you liked this video, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Anthem videos every week. God bless.